My name's Calvin Waite, and I trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrency for a living. Okay, let's do a follow-up to a video that I did on DigiByte about, I think it was a month and a half ago or something. We were kind of struggling below this line, and I mentioned that we were probably going to break through it and have a pretty good run. So, pretty cool. We definitely did break through it, and this was pretty exciting. We're on a weekly chart, by the way. So we had this awesome week where we really launched, and I thought for sure we were gonna establish some good solid support and get going here even higher. But our next candle created a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. This is not good news. So we had this awesome week and then essentially erased all of our progress the very next week. It's a candle like this is not bad news if you have a few candles of a break in the middle. So if we could have just stayed up for even 1 week, just a couple of weeks, and then come back down, it would have given investors a lot more confidence that this was a temporary pullback. But getting rejected immediately off of a strong run like that definitely was not good news. The good news that is available is that as strong as this bar is, our next bar was less than half the strength. The next one was maybe 2/3 of the prior bar's strength. This week we're about half, so our momentum is cooling off. So this run is about to run out, and we will see another move to the upside. So the question is how would you trade this? If you're a hodler, this is an easy trade. You don't have to trade. You just hold it and wait and see how everything works out. On the flip side, if you're an active trader, here there's definitely a place, there's definitely an exit coming up over here somewhere. A couple more weeks and we will see a pop. But it might be our last sort of predictable pop, since we have a really good high but a strong rejection. I don't know if we're gonna have the momentum to come all the way up here, and it would not be very good structure if we did. So the best thing that could happen is that we start into like a triangle or something like that, where we come up as best we can, and then we actually do find support, and we kind of go sideways and do another consolidation. That would probably be the best case scenario. And but we're probably near the bottom of this. Like we're coming out of this in the next couple of weeks. So very interesting. I thought we were going to hit around 400, and I'll tell you why. So if I get so it was because of this candle here. I thought for sure we would touch about 361 to 400, somewhere in there, because this was our most recent action here. So that's the thing with trading, is that you have to plan for every situation. I ended up not selling, and I'm actually holding. I like DigiByte, so I'm comfortable with the position and I'm comfortable with the risk up and down. So I'm more of a holder on this, but I figured I'd kind of talk to you about the trades. So if I go down, if I take this down to the top around 320, 318, somewhere in here, and we look to see where that could have come from, it did not come from here. There was a little support here, and then there was a rejection here, another rejection here. This would not have been obvious though. The obvious was right here. This was an obvious point. So why it ended up being more powerful is kind of interesting, but it originated from our big high here. This was when we launched like crazy. and came back down, this was where we found our support. So this support became our first solid resistance in our present day. So something that happened 3 years ago, and then it was established as support again back in 2018. It came back into play in the most recent. So, you know, these weekly charts, they move slow. So what could be on our plate? What could be on the table? You know, the odds of us going straight down to 50 is very low. Like, we're not going to do this. So we're going to find some support somewhere, and it could be in the 176 land, could be here. But like I say, since this was sort of a resistance, we could be finding our support here. So this is getting a little crazy. I'll show you on the daily. Normally, if you're an active trader, you would buy after the red zone exits, and then you would sell at the end of the green zone. Well, DigiByte's been a little schizophrenic when it comes to the green versus yellow, because we've kind of been in a green, a caution, a green, a caution, green, caution. It's been going on and on and on. And we have the most recent action. If we could have found support off of the 50-day moving average, this would have been just absolutely beautiful. So when we bounced off of this, I was actually getting pretty excited. But then we rejected off of here, our 263 point here, and our 263 point here. So when we got rejected off of this, and then we lost our footing, this would technically be the exit. This yellow zone is kind of the one that we would have wanted to exit if we were actively trading. But as we came down, it's interesting where we did find support, because historically our 100-day moving average was our catch right here. So it gave us support, and we only had support for like 3 days, and then we fell through it. So we've slipped through the two major trends, and we've got our accelerating 200-day moving up. But right now we've actually found 2 points of support off of this line, which is interesting. So it's our slow rise line. So we never really had a fast rise line, because we only established 2 points, and then we kind of launched straight up. So now we're finally kind of touching back on this. So there are a lot of signs that we're going to start chilling out and leveling off, and we'll see some kind of a rise. But it would be hard for us to get above 263 with the current price action. So just a heads up. So now let's think about you know, because I hold DigiByte and I'm cool with my position, so I'm just going to hang on. But it isn't a bad thing for some people to take profits, because when you do need price support, we don't want to have all the true believers totally tapped out and unable to buy anything. You know what I mean? So it's not a bad thing to put some money aside and take some profits, because when the price really needs support, like say for example we got down to 152 or somewhere in here, this would be a great place on the weekly chart to establish some support. And you know, people that don't believe, people are just day trading, they won't care, and they'll sell off, and they won't help with creating good chart structure. But the true believers, they can not only get a good deal, but they can also support the price when there are critical pivot points. So anyway, very interesting. It's been really fun to watch, and I'm really interested to see what happens next. We should see a little bit of a run in the next couple of weeks, and then we'll just have to look at the structure and see what we can determine from there. But I hope that helps. I'll talk to you later. Hey, look at that. You made it through another video. If you appreciated anything I said, I would really like it if you could give me a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel. If I can grow the channel a little bit more, I'd love to start doing giveaways and make things a little bit more fun around here.